Hey, what is going on, everyone? Joe here, and today we are diving into Hive Blight, a strategy roguelite replays an army of bugs facing off against a furious frenzy of fungi. Say that 3 times fast. It is coming out into early access in about a month, March 9th, and at first glance, it looks like How Many Dudes crossed with A Bug's Life. So color me intrigued. We're going to jump into this and see exactly how far we can get. Commander, wake up. We're under attack. I've sent you 2 recruits to start with. Let's defend the Hive. Why do I feel like I'm about to play XCOM? Commander. Drag a unit onto the battlefield. The first step of battle is placing your units on the battlefield. Drag and drop them onto the available green tiles. So we've got our buggy boys down here. I've got Minos and I've got Lyra. And we can see their stats. She's got 20 health. She's got an attack power of 5. And this is attack speed, the amount of attacks a unit does per second. So she attacks twice a second, and she does 5 damage with each hit. And then we've got Minos, who is a much beefier boy with 100 health. So this is our tank. He does 15 damage, but he attacks way slower, 0.6 attacks a second. I've also got more info. I did not expect a picture of an actual bug, Minotaur beetle. And they've got like their whole backstory. Even as a child, Minos was always incredibly large. His clumsiness led to many embarrassing situations. Well, be embarrassed no more, Minos. We got this. What are you? A European wool carder bee. I feel like we're going to end this video with many fun facts about bugs. Oh, you also rank up. So we can see your design changes, but you get way more health, way more damage. That's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and just grab these guys, drag them on. And so we can see that you are attacking this guy, and we can see who the enemy is attacking as well. So everyone is targeting Minos. Probably exactly what we want. Then we can grab Lyra, pop you in. And yeah, he's got all the aggro. So I think this is as good a setup as we can do. We can report a bug. Don't know why we do that, though. I don't think anyone here did anything wrong yet. And let's just jump into the fight and see what happens. Oh, he's taking a beating, but he is holding his own. And so he gets healed after the fight. And we've got Nectar. Nectar can be used to buy items in the shop. So money. And so this is our Nectar flask. This is the Nectar you've collected. Elixir of Life. This is your Elixir of Life's current amount. Elixir is used to heal your units at the end of the fights, up to 5 per unit. If you are defeated in a fight and Elixir reaches 0, you lose. If you win a fight and it reaches 0, you will be able to continue, but your units will be broken until you regain some Elixir. So this seems like a very important resource. Kind of reminds me of Monster Train, almost, with the heart of the train. Available scrolls. Scrolls are consumable items, which give minus 0.2 attack speed to enemy units for 1 fight. Their use is limited, so use them wisely. So if we're going into a hard fight, we can use a scroll, reduce their attack speed, and make it easier on ourselves. And so you use 2 Elixir this fight, and you are most valuable bug. MVB, baby! This medal marks the unit that contributed the most by dealing and avoiding the most damage during the fight. Okay, so you did 75 damage. You did 45. So we have a breakdown as well. All right, cool. So we've got our world map. There's a bunch of different nodes we can go to. How long is this board? All right, we've got grandmoulder, a mother of mold and malice. Slay her children, and she'll crumble with them. All right, so we got a lot of places we can go to. Let's figure out the best path. We've got a battle encounter. Get ready to fend off the enemy. And then reinforcing party. A reinforcement has been sent. Choose a new recruit carefully. And then, of course, treasure. Grass, moss, dust, and soil. Those layers often conceal a surprising amount of treasure. Let's see what it has to offer. So I'm thinking we go up top, we get a unit, we go to rallying banner. Your deeds haven't gone unnoticed. Your influence grows, and so does the number of allies you can lead at once. Okay, so this is how we can put more people in our party, I guess. And then we can get treasure. Let's go with that. Sounds good to me. We've got some new enemies. We've got Blight Crawler. This is what we had last fight. We've got Blight Crawler level 2. So these guys have double the health. They do double the damage, but they've got the same attack speed. We can also look at them. Oh, that's gross. Cordyceps. Not very pleasant. The mind-controlling fungi. And then we've got Chungus. I don't think I've ever seen a mushroom named Chungus, but you guys can prove me wrong in the comments. All right, so what are you? Oh, you're an oyster mushroom. All right, so you've got 50 health. You do 4 damage, and you have an attack speed of 1. As long as you're not a big Chungus, I think we'll be okay. I think the smartest thing to do here, because these guys have 50 health, they're going to take a while for us to kill. So I'm thinking we start up here. We make sure no one's attacking Lyra. Change your target. If one of your units is equally close to multiple enemies, you can choose which one it targets. Just right-click on the ally you'd like to swap targets with. Okay, so I can choose who you go after first. And so if we have both of you guys attacking the level 2 dude, knock him out real fast, then clean up the tiny dudes, and then go for the mushrooms, that's probably the best strategy we can roll with. All right, it's working. And we're even going to take less damage, it seems like, this time around than the first level. So we get to save a little bit of this elixir of life. Grab our nectar. Yeah, so we're only using 1 this time around. Lyra is, again, MVB. I feel like you're definitely going to get this every single time because it's about avoiding damage, too. So if you're just hiding in the back, doing a ton of DPS. All right, we can get ourselves a new bug. We've got Nikolai. So Nikolai is a common bumblebee. Whenever you're healed, you gain damage. We don't know how to heal yet. Hector. Hector is a giant saber comb-horn crane fly, and he's got overkill. Leftover damage from attacks hit a nearby enemy. And so you already do 12 damage. So if you kill someone that has 5 health, you're going to do 7 damage to someone else. And then execution. Trigger the listed effect when this unit kills another unit. So whenever you kill someone, you're going to get a 3 damage boost. So you'll go from 12 to 15 to 18. That's kind of crazy. And then we've also got overkill. So you'll scale up really fast. And then we've got Kirk. And so Kirk has spikes. A unit with spikes inflicts 1 damage per spike upon getting hit by melee units. So you are essentially a tank that has thorns. You want to get hit, reflect damage back. And you are a golden egg bug. Out of all of these, I feel like Hector, even though he has the least amount of health, this guy has the potential to get crazy. So I'm going to go for Hector. And so we can go for another unit, or we can get a treasure chest. And this is Ominous Presence. Spores fill the air. A powerful foe is upon us. Strike true for a big reward. So this is like an elite spot. And then we get a unit anyway, so I feel like this is worth it. Treasure, elite, unit. All right, let's go for it. Oh, we have to get this first. Your voice inspires the crowd. Your deeds set the example to follow. You can now deploy 1 more unit during battle. So now we can have Hector in there with us. We got a butterfly crushed. Equipment item. Throughout your adventure, you'll find equipment that boosts your unit's abilities. You can equip them during a battle prep screen or directly from the unit menu. Okay, so we've got a Pride Crest, starting with 5 armor per enemies targeting this unit. Oh, chitin. Okay. A unit with armor gains temporary health equal to its armor value. Damage taken reduces armor. So if we give this to Menos, and he's targeted by people like crazy, he'll start the fight with a ton of armor. We've also got a Reclaimer. When you no longer need equipment, you can drag it to the Reclaimer to break it down into nectar, recovering some of its essence. So we can basically disassemble items to get money. All right, Ominous Presence. This doesn't seem that bad, actually. There's significantly less mushrooms. We do have these guys, Blight Throwers. So they're ranged. But they do the same amount of damage. In fact, they do the same amount of damage, and they attack slower. So I feel like I don't mind these guys as much. Taunt to draw enemy focus. When enemies are equally close to multiple units, they split their focus evenly. To draw their attention to one unit, drag it onto its own tile to taunt. Enemies will then prioritize this unit. Taunt 4 times to finish this quest. So I can drag this guy onto his unit, and so we taunt. We can do the same thing with Hector. So now we've got all the aggro. I guess we wouldn't, though. We want Minos to taunt so he gets that armor. So taunt him back. Here, we can do this. Oh, you can actually change the gear on the fly in combat. That's cool. I guess before you start the fight. All right, let's move Hector back here. So everyone targets Minos. Taunt with Minos again. And I think we're good to go. And so you got so much armor now that we literally took 0 damage from that fight. Okay? Off to a good start, I'd say. Yeah, you avoided 81 damage. The damage avoided is the sum of the block damage and the effective heal done by a unit. Yeah, that's a little busted. And you are, for once, the MVP. All right, so we got another fight. We didn't really get much of a special reward for that. I guess we got maybe more nectar? A kindred. So you've got spikes. Yeah, so if we hit you with melee, we'll take 5 damage. But we really don't have a way around that. The Chunkuses are back. All right, Minos, let's get you right there. Get you to taunt. What if we put Hector here? And so he can go for these archers while Minos is tanking. Let's have you attack the projectile throwers. All right, I think this will work. These guys don't do that much damage. Hector's got a good amount of health. All right, let's roll. Yeah, that worked way better than I expected. We're still going to take a ton of damage, though. Make sure we still have a good amount of elixir of life. Now we've got 100 nectar. I don't know if that's a lot, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, you took 2 more elixir. You still got MVP just because of the combo of you doing 60 damage and avoiding 20. So now we can get yet another unit. We've got Bob. Ranged, on attack, spread 6 healing among wounded allies. So you're a healer. You're also a honeybee. Bob is quite the glutton. Me too, Bob. Me too. So if I wanted to heal her, I could get you. You got 30 health. You did 2 damage, but you're going to heal someone pretty much every second. A little bit slower than that. Ambrose. When hit, 3 healing to another wounded ally. So you're a tank, but when you take damage, you're going to heal people nearby. And then we've got Amadeus. Amadeus is ranged, and when you attack, you're going to buff the damage of my weakest ally. So I guess that would be Lyra, which isn't bad because she attacks twice. You're a hummingbird hawk moth, and you are a honeypot ant. I see, so you're bouncing on your booty right now. I think out of all these options, I want to go for Bob. Having a healer and then 2 range units that can kind of kick back, I think that's going to be a smart thing to do. Let's go for Bob. Rallying Banner will let us have another unit in our crew. And this is a wandering merchant. So we would have a merchant, a chest, and then another merchant back to back. I feel like that's not the smartest thing to do. Let's go down. So now we can have 1 more unit. Let's get a chest. We're trying to use our strategic brain today. Stinger Dagger. +3 attack speed, 0.3, and fast. A unit with fast moves 2 times quicker than others. So that's probably good for Minos as well. I don't want to give you all the items, but... Well, no. What if we give it to Hector? So he's very quick, he attacks faster, and he's constantly going to be getting kills and increasing his attack power. So he should be able to scale pretty fast. Ominous Presence. Oh, there we go. The Spore Belcher. So you are ranged. You do area damage of 5, and you've got 80 health. All right, this is more appropriate. And our green spots are way more spread out, so I could try to split up here. I feel like the smartest thing to do is to go for this guy first, because he doesn't have that much health. If we can burst him down, let's try to get you to a spot where a lot of people are targeting you. Let's put Hector here, but Hector, I want you to target the boss. I also want you to target the boss, Minos. So now you're tanking a bunch of people. Taunt. And so with Bob, he heals when he attacks, but I don't think he needs to be near them. I think it just goes off. But I have to figure out where to put Bob. Okay, you're not getting attacked there. Lyra. One person's targeting you. I think this is still the best setup. Maybe pop you here. No, you got to go here. This is such an awkward spot because I want her to be able to attack the Spore Belcher. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. If I'm really scared, I can use this scroll to lower their attack speed. But let's roll with this. See if we can't kill him fast and then spread to the other units nearby. Because I was worried about people attacking her, but she attacks so fast, it doesn't even matter. She's going to obliterate them. Minos is about to die. He just barely hung in there. He's going to use a ton of our elixir. So we got a reward. Honey Lollipop. When a unit gets healed, it heals for an additional 1 health. Allies that have no equipment gain attack speed. At the start of combat, allies gain 5 health for every spike they have. So that wouldn't work on anybody. I feel like we should go for the Honey Lollipop. Because we'll end up getting equipment for everybody. Let's grab the Honey Lollipop. Oh, so that affects everybody. So now Bob just heals better. Hector got MVB. Your damage went up to 24. Holy crap. All right, so we've got another battle, and then we've got a chest, and then a sacred altar. There are secret grounds that shelter relics of great power. Relics that should not be used lightly, unless circumstances demand it. Could it be time to call upon their might? Yeah, absolutely time. We're bugging out, man. Okay, there's a ton of enemies here. So the smartest thing to do in this situation is to put my boy Hector right here so he can go in, overkill the crap out of these guys, right? Kill them all in like one hit, spread it around, get more power. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap this Pride Crest onto you, Hector. Onto you, man. So you're going to get some armor. Minos, we're going to put you right here. Bob, it doesn't really matter where Bob goes. Bob, we'll put you up here so you can do your healing. No one's attacking you. I think this is going to work. This is either going to be really stupid or this is going to work really well. All right, go on in. One-man army. Kill everything. Spread that damage. Just killing 2 people at once. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, how much damage did you get up to? Give me that nectar. 54. You got up to 54 damage. You were one-shotting everything. And you did over 200 damage overall. And Bob healed for 38. In the grand scheme of things, Bob is not nearly as good as I thought he would be. But he is the cutest member on the team, and that's all that matters. All right, we got a piece of wood. Plus 3 health per current power. I wonder if that scales with Hector increasing his attack power. We could try it. So every single time he gets his power up, he might get more health. I don't know if that would just keep healing him and increasing his health bar or be kind of a waste. We'll figure it out. Let's see what this sacred altar is all about. Healthy Rose. So this is what we had last time. This is just more health for spikes. Pep's Corn. At the start of combat, lowest damaging ally gains 6 damage. Well, that's Bob. So that's not that great. Sugar Rush. At the start of combat, your lowest attack speed unit gains attack speed. And so that would go to Minos. None of these are incredibly exciting, but I think boosting Minos' attack speed would be pretty good. And now we've got our Wandering Merchant, so we can buy some stuff. Pressurized Glands, +1 spike, Spikes of this unit also deal damage to ranged units. That's actually really good. So it gets rid of the entire negative effect of only going for melee. You could tank pretty much anything. Conductor's Baton, +2 power for each adjacent ally. So very good if we're squatting up. Give it to like Minos. Sappy Staff. On attack, 2 healing to another wounded ally. That's actually really good. We could give that to Lyra. And so she would heal twice a second. And then Magic Band-Aid. When healed, gain +2 max HP. That could be good too, if we've got some really overwhelming healing. And so we get trinkets down below. Tip off the hat. Gain 30 nectar every time you enter a shop. We've got Fight Club. Can't talk about that one. Honey Lollipop. We've already got a Honey Lollipop. So when a unit gets healed, it heals for an additional heart. So I guess we can stack these. And then Wonderful Finale. The first time an ally dies, all enemies gain +1 charmed. Attacks of units with charm deal 0 damage. That doesn't seem that great. I don't really want to plan around my allies dying. All right, so Fight Club, allies that have no equipment gain more attack speed. Let's go for the Honey Lollipop. Double down on that. I'm thinking the Sappy Staff is going to be awesome. And then maybe we do the Magic Band-Aid. And I think that's a good start for now. And so we're going to do Sappy Staff on you, Lyra. Magic Band-Aid on, not Minos, because you're going to have armor. Let's put the Brick Buckler on Minos and put the Magic Band-Aid on Hector. And I think that means Minos will negate damage, but Hector will keep getting hit, heal up, and increase his max health. So they're both going to get some version of sustainability. That's what my brain is thinking. All right, we've got a ton of Blight Throwers. Are you the same bug? I want to see your lore, Blight Thrower. No, you're still a Cordyceps. Okay. That's fine. This just looks like it's going to be a head-on battle. So if everyone is targeting you, you're going to get a ton of armor. Have you taunt. Literally everyone is targeting you. You've got fast. You're going to move twice as fast. So I think that's okay. Let's put you guys here. No one's targeting you. So everyone's going to go for you first. You're going to speed in and start slicing like crazy. And Bob, you just keep being Bob. Let's roll. Man, oh, the throwers are tough. The throwers are doing some damage. It's okay. We slice through. Hector probably, again, has a incredible damage buff. Yeah, he's sitting at 39, 130 damage. Minos got MVP, though, because he avoided so much damage, and he did a ton of damage as well. That Sugar Rush is actually showing off quite a bit on him, and he increased his max health to 145 because of the buckler. Nice. Okay, cool. Now we get a campfire. A small campfire flickers nearby. It might be our last chance to rest or prepare for battle. Choose wisely. I don't know. It's a tough decision. I'm going to go with the top one. So we can replenish our Elixir of Life charges and increase the cap from 80 to 90. Or we can evolve a unit. I'm evolving a unit. All right, so what happens if I evolve them? What about Bob? So Bob, you would get 40 health. You do the same damage. You would heal so much, though. You would go from 6 to 11 healing. I was thinking about Bob because he's going to boost everybody rather than just having one crazy attacker go in. What about Hector, though? What about Hector? Hector would get more damage every kill. And his base damage would go from 12 to 18, which is kind of absurd. Lyra would go from 5 to 10. These are huge buffs. So we want these campfires as often as possible. Minos, I really don't care about giving you 200 health. That's the only thing that changes with you. We're going to go ahead and do something crazy stupid. I'm gonna buff Bob. Why? Because I like him. That's the only answer you need. Should it have been Hector? Maybe. But now he's got a little red sweater on. And who can be mad at that? All right, confirm. It is time for the grandmoulder. Okay, 7. Okay, I should have buffed Hector. You do 0 damage, though. Respawn fiery circles. When any enemy dies, lose 15 health. Fight is won when she dies. Can I report this bug? I guess you're not really much of a bug. What is your lore? Disgusting. All right. So you've got these monster spawners everywhere. And so attacking you doesn't seem to be the main idea we want to go with. We want to find a good spot for Minos first off. So he can taunt. Let's do this. Let's split them up. We can get you right here. No one's going to target you. If I get Bob right here, no one's targeting Bob either. Everyone's going to be attacking both of my brawlers. And so the safest thing we can do is use a scroll right now. Lower attack speed. So now these guys will summon even slower. And we just need to blitz. That's it. This has 100 health. Oh, man. Okay. Let's go for the weaker ones first. No, you have to stay on this side. No, you guys need to attack the same one. If we can blitz this down, I think that's a good plan. All right, come on. Let's roll. Hector's doing work. Minos has lost all of his armor. Bob is still alive. He's doing what he needs to do. And so the grandmoulder's health is going down. And they really just hate Minos. All right, there's only 2 left. No, Minos, go back, guys. All right, I guess that works. I guess that works. Stone shield. Plus 50 health and 50 armor. That's incredible. Kabuto helm. This is 30 health, plus 6 damage, and attack speed. This is easily one of the best things. Teeth breaker. Whenever an ally gets healed, it also gets armor. When battle ends, every living ally gives you nectar. That's huge too. If I was wanting to be a greedy bastard right now, I kind of want that. I kind of want that. Can I pick multiple things? That means we get 12 extra nectar a fight. So after about 2 fights, we'd be able to afford a free item. It would pay itself off, especially if I get more bugs. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Call me stupid. You did over 1,000 damage. I guess you killed a lot of the tiny guys. Okay, all right. So now we are at a new area. I assume we've got a different boss. We've got the Herald. Each minion fuels its fury. Take them out or prepare for a brutal fight. It looks like the campfires are still only at the end of the run, so we can't really upgrade our units very often. Okay, so treasure or battle. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. We're going to go for treasure. We've got another one of the Pride Crests, so we can give that to somebody. I have to wait until I actually collect it. What if I double stack this, actually? So will you now just get a massive amount of armor for every enemy that targets you? I feel like that'd be a pretty worthwhile trade. As far as the birch buckler, though, I don't know where I'd want to put this. Let's hold on to it for now, or we can put it on anybody, and then maybe disassemble it if we get to a point where we want the sap. All right, we got another fight. We've got a ton of enemies. We got a brand new one. Quarter slave. You inflict poison. Poison. We've got a ton of thorns. This is gonna be harder. It's gonna be way more intense. Okay, so you're gonna have 260 armor. That works for me. And honestly, I prefer the strategy of putting Hector right behind him. So they target him, and then Hector just bolts forward and surprises them and does some kills. We did not replenish our scrolls. So if I even think a fight might be a little challenging, but I can hold off, I should probably save these for a really dire situation. All right, let's go in, boys. There's mayhem happening. Your shields are going down so fast. Oh my god. Minos is dead. All right, that was terrible. We actually got less. Oh, you come back. All right, well, that's good. So our bugs do get revived. I just assume they probably take a big chunk. Yeah, so if they die, it's 5 whole elixir of life, because that's the cap. That's what it said in the tutorial. Okay, all right. We need to give Bob some more attack speed so he can heal faster. That's what I'm learning. Or another tank so we can spread out the damage. Well, we're about to get another unit. This is a peddling alchemist. So we can pay elixir of life to get something. Or we can do another ominous presence, which gives us a pretty tough fight and a relic. I think that's smart because we can do this and then still go to the alchemist and do another ominous presence. What I'm not noticing is a ton of those rallying banners. In fact, I think this is the only one on the board. So we have to be really frugal about who we want on our squad because that's going to be the only addition we get. All right, these guys come already leveled up. So Amadeus will go ahead and buff the damage of the weakest ally every single time he attacks. Achilles will do area damage 10. Or Ambrose, who has 130 health. He's not very strong, but he will heal. It's between Achilles and Ambrose, I think, personally. Let's go ahead and go for Ambrose. So Ambrose will heal up as he takes damage, and we can give you this buckler, which will actually have a pretty decent trade-off. Actually, no, this is more worthwhile on someone that's got high damage numbers. So why don't we swap this? So I don't think you have to actually take damage. I think you just have to be hit. So if you get hit, you have armor. You'll hopefully still heal people. That's the thought process I'm having right now. Okay, let's go ahead and do the rallying banner. So now we can deploy Ambrose. We've got ourselves, oh my god, look at that thing. He has a ton of thorns, a ton of spikes. His damage is equal to his spikes. So every time he gets hit, it's going to go down and down and down. So we need to focus you with my archers to make this a little bit more manageable. We're going to pop you down here. Let's have you taunt. We'll move Minos over here as well. This isn't great because almost everybody here has thorns. It might be better off for us all to crowd one section. Well, you get targeted back here. You won't. What about you? You will. All right, let's put Bob right here. It doesn't look like anyone's going to go for either of them in these bottom spots. And I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to be kind of tough, but we'll be okay. Especially if Ambrose is going to be able to heal people. So the more we attack this guy, his thorns are almost all the way down. So his damage is nothing. Yeah, this was the smartest thing we could do. And the sustain was crazy. Yeah, that worked well. Plus 15 extra nectar, combined with the 20 we get. Oh no, we get an item because this was a hard challenge. Allied melee units have 2 power. At the start of combat, your lowest attack speed unit gains 0.3. We've got one of these. We could stack up on it. Let's go for the Sugar Rush. All right, good job. Ambrose ended up healing for 179. Well, I guess that's not just healing. That's a combination of both his block damage and the damage that he healed. I wish it broke down a little bit more, though, so we could fully comprehend what was helping us out the most. But that's okay. We've got a peddling alchemist. Let's see what this is. Oh, you can evolve them. That's all this is. Okay, that's huge. Hector, I missed an opportunity with you last time, my friend. Although Minos having 200 health now, seeing the damage that these guys can do is kind of tempting. But I'm going to buff Hector. I want more damage. Now Hector has nice purple pants. Can we keep evolving them? No, it's only one. Okay, well, if that's the case, I want to go here almost every chance we get. This top path has 2. And then we have the campfire. That's going to be the way we stay relevant here. So I'm thinking we go top. We go to the ominous presence, treasure, wandering merchant, and then back up top again. Okay, you guys... Have you guys always had these honey fists? Great to throw hands. I never noticed. Spore barb. Starts with 5 spike. On attack, gain spikes. And then we've got level 2 chunguses. They've got 100 health. All right, this really is ramping up fast. Ambrose. Get you targeted by as many people as possible. Let's make sure you're attacking the spore barb so we can knock out those spikes as soon as possible with both of my ranged units. They're safe back there. I think this will work. I'm almost tempted to move Hector down here so he can come and start clean up, and then move up top and knock out the chunguses. I think that's gonna work. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, this just turns into madness immediately. I had so much strategy. It ended up nowhere. And we lost Ambrose. That wasn't amazing. We need to get more items. Yeah, sorry, Ambrose. Not fantastic. We've got 62 Elixir of Life now. It's going to start to lower down. We got to go for the Ominous Presence, though. I'm going to take every opportunity we can to get gear. So who do we have? Grim Husk. 200 armor while it has area damage. Oh, no. While it has armor, it does area damage. Oh, crap. So you're going to do 20 damage to everyone around you until we bleed through all of your armor. Okay, so here's the plan. I don't know how well it's going to work, but this is the plan. I want to put Hector behind. There's not a lot of tiny enemies that he can get a ton of value on killing really fast, which is kind of unfortunate. Go ahead and taunt. Wow, the taunt actually reaches from a long distance. I didn't expect that. Yeah, because even some of these chunguses, if I move right here, will still target Minos. All right, let's put Bob right here. If you're going to do area damage, though, I don't want Bob near you. Let's put Bob right here. Oh, Bob, where can I put you that no one's going to try to kill you? They can both kill him real fast. So Bob is safe. Lyra is safe. Hector can go in and start smacking these guys down. Okay, let's roll. All right, come on, Hector. Ambrose is dead. We knew it would happen. This guy's still got a ton of armor. There it goes. It's down. Nice. Nice. It's not incredible, though, because if we keep losing a unit every fight, we're going to keep dramatically losing our Elixir of Life. He probably wasn't the best option for me to grab, because now we've got 2 tanky characters rather than investing in one in another DPS. Kind of what I'm noticing right now. Allies have spikes. Range units attack faster. That means we'll be healing faster on both parts. Allies that have no equipment gain attack speed. Let's go for the Twigtronome. So that's going to boost both Bob and Lyra. Allow them to heal a little bit more. We got our treasure. Another one of these? Holy crap. Okay, well. You know what? Why don't we put one on Minos? I guess the Birch Buckler, at this point, because of how we've boosted up Hector, would be better on him. Because he'll start the fight with the most extra health. So Minos will get more max HP. Hector will have more HP based off of his damage. And he's also got fast. And then Ambrose will just keep both of these crests on you. And we've got a merchant. So whenever you kill, you heal. That's not bad. When healed, gain 2 max HP. You still have 1 sappy staff. So what I want to do first off is buy another sappy staff. I'm going to give it to Lyra, so now she's healing like crazy. What are these trinkets we've got? So at the start of combat, lowest damaging ally gets more damage. That's going to be Bob. Allies gain 5 health for every thorn they've got. Allies with no equipment gain damage. Start of combat, highest HP'd ally gets spikes. I'm going to get the Executioner's Axe. I'm also going to grab the aluminum foil. The reason I'm grabbing that is that means now Ambrose, who's designed to get hit, will have spikes. So not only will he heal people, he's going to do damage back to the enemies. As far as the Executioner's Axe, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Birch Buckler, and I'm going to put this on him. So now he's going to keep healing, and since he's going to scale so crazy, he's going to heal, he's going to kill everyone in one shot, and the Birch Buckler, I guess I'll just put on Bob. Or I can break it down, but I don't think it's going to really give me as much value anywhere else. I'm trying to decide which one's better. The Magic Band-Aid, when healed, you get max HP, but the Birch Buckler just gives you the health outright based off of your damage. So, like, both of these are going to help Minos in general. But I'll stay with the Magic Band-Aid. I want to see what his health bar does in the next fight. All right, so we want to go up so we could have these alchemy level ups. Cap Crusher. On attack, deal an additional 3 damage in an area of effect. Okay, so we don't want to put a lot of people after you. Pop Ambrose right here. Again, we'll put Lyra in the back. Same with Bob. Let's go ahead and pop Minos right here. And then we'll put Hector in the middle. I'm going to put Hector up here, actually, because I'd like them to finish off Chungus and then go through these Blight Crawlers and the Court of Slaves. These are also brand new. Ranged. On death, apply 4 poison to its enemies in an area of effect. So poison every second, units afflicted by poison take damage equal to the poison stack and then lose half the stack. Okay, well, that's not great. We got poison projectile throwers now. But again, I think this is the best setup we've got. Oh man, Minos is getting obliterated, but look at that healing. So yeah, he is getting more health. The Band-Aid is good. We were nigh indestructible, both comboed with the double heal from Lyra and that Band-Aid. I think that was a very, very good setup. Yeah, Lyra healed for 145. And Bob healed for 97. Lyra is effectively doing Bob's job, but even better. All right, Alchemist. Time to level up Bob again. No, I'm not leveling up Bob again. I'm going to put Lyra in here for sure. So Lyra does more damage. And then Minos will be the last one we beef up. Or I could go for a level 3. But I think that's okay with me. Another Ominous Presence. Who do we have? We have, oh my god. Ranged. On attack, steal 1 damage from the 10 highest damaged units. So I'm wondering if that is coming from your allies. I almost thought you were going to steal it from Hector. You attack very slow, though. And you don't start with a ton of damage, which means we probably want to focus you down early. I just don't think we'll have enough damage to kill you fast. You got 160 health. I think, actually, putting Hector here and having him go for all of these kindreds, because even though they've got thorns, he heals every kill. And he's also got overkill. So he's going to stab, the damage is going to spread all around, and he's going to get an insane damage total. So yeah, here's the plan. I want Minos and Ambrose to tank this side. I want Hector to go for the top. Now, then the next question is, where can I put my projectile throwers where they won't be targeted? So this guy is targeting Lyra. So Hector, you kill him first. So Lyra is okay. Bob, I don't know where I'm going to put you. You're attacking Bob. Oh, Bob is going to die if I put him there. I think Bob's safe here. If we put Ambrose right here, they'll all attack. Oh, there's nowhere I can put him. There's nowhere I can put him. I think I'm stuck with this one solution. And that solution is putting these guys here and then tanking as much as they can. So my projectile throwers really aren't attacked much. But I don't think we have a perfect setup by any means here. Okay, you're tanking all these guys down here. Ambrose is tanking these. Hector's tanking these. None of my projectile throwers are getting targeted now. Just had to do a little fanoodling, you know. Okay, let's roll. Oh, we lost Hector. We lost Hector. We lost Lyra. We're gonna lose Bob. Damn, so what happens if we run out of elixir? It brings them back, and we lose the fight, but we don't lose the run. We can retry. All right, let's retry this. Let's do a different strategy here. What screwed us up, which I really didn't think about long term, was all these projectile throwers on the left just pelting away at us. So I'm wondering, even if it's not an ideal solution, if we group everyone up together here, tank both sides, Hector can come in and kill these blight throwers while Minos tanks. This should give us some better results. Yeah, this is working way better. It's all just placement. And honestly, my placement was pretty shoddy last time. We didn't even lose anybody. We didn't lose a single soul that time. I don't know why I saw that narrow pathway, and I'm like, that's the best solution. Let's just put everyone on that tiny, undefendable spot. Because I was afraid of the boss. That was what I was worried about. At the first time an ally dies, everyone can attack faster, and they get the fast status. I think I want Pepscorn. At the start of combat, lowest damaging ally gets +6. So that's just going to make Bob be a little bit more competitive. I'm thinking, yeah, let's do that. Pepscorn. All right, let's get our free item here. It really wants to give me Fight Club, man. It really does. I could double down on aluminum foil, and so we would have even more spikes on Ambrose. Let's do that. Now, I wonder... No, it's at start of combat. I was about to say, if they got more health from item effects, I wonder if the value from this would swap around. But it doesn't. So let's go ahead and level up Minos. Spend more of my precious elixir of life. We're going to have to figure out how to get more of that. I forgot what this does. When healed, they get armor. Okay. Well, when healed, they get armor. That might work better than the magic band-aid. Because it's 3 armor as opposed to 2 max health. So numerically, it's just going to give them more value. That's what I'm thinking. Campfire. Oh, this is where I could get more elixir of life. This could be a game changer. Do I evolve a unit and make them incredibly strong, level 3? Or do I go for more elixir of life so I have a chance to go a little bit longer? I'm going to go for the evolution, as crazy as that sounds. It's being aggressive as the best defense. So Hector at level 3, we'd have to spend more elixir of life for this. Can I go back? I'm afraid if I hit quit, it's just going to take me back to the world map. Let's go ahead and give it to Hector. So now he does 25 damage. We've got 10 elixir of life. If I had remembered how much that would have cost, I probably wouldn't have done it, but it's okay. We've got our boss. You get 200 health. While elites are alive, gain invincible and bloom. Do this instead of attacking. Units with bloom are considered... I can't read it. Hold on. Let's hit let's go. Can I hit the question mark to see your stuff? So units with bloom are considered ranged. I see. Got it. So we need to focus down our elites so we can even hurt you. So I guess you're considered an elite. And you are also considered an elite up front. Yeah, these are 2 bosses we've seen. Yeah, there's the 3rd one too. So it's like a boss rush. We got 3 bosses here. So we made the mistake last time of not focusing on the projectile throwers and getting blitz. So I think starting in this top portion, knocking these guys down, and then circulating around. Of course, I can't control how they're going to do that. We've also got Chabristle, who we need to bleed out his thorns with ranged attacks. I'm not too worried about Grimhusk. He, out of all of them, is the least threatening. So I want 2 tanks on both sides. I want you to focus on getting rid of Chabristle's thorns. Same thing with Bob. And so what we're actually going to do is we're going to move Minos down here, move Bob up here, have Minos taunt. I don't know what that shield icon means as it fluctuates. Because normally they would have that little taunt icon. There we go. I guess it just means that his shields are dropping because less people are targeting him. I'm reading into it too much. This is the best setup I think we can have. Besides maybe moving Hector here to focus on the projectile users while Ambrose tanks and you guys just keep shooting. All right, this is all we can do. This could be the end of the run. It is time. Let's use the available scroll to slow their attack speed, and let's try this. Okay, this is working pretty well. Nice. It's time for the boss. Dude, we rocked this. We rocked this. That was incredible. And we also get a refill in the elixir of life whenever we kill the boss. That I did not realize. Well, that changes everything. I'm glad we leveled up Hector. That was the smartest thing we could have done. Oh, we won. Nice. And we leveled up a bunch of stuff. So we won 24 fights. We killed 4 elites. We beat 2 bosses. We've unlocked new items. BF hammer. If you know, you know. Bark blade. Castanuts. Dota twig. We got more trinkets as well. Oh, we unlocked new units? Mordred. Oh, I can't see what they are. We have to find them. Parseval, Gustav, Ludwig. You've unlocked Blight level 1. All this is in the demo? All right, main menu. So now we've got Blight difficulty. We can pick a primary clan now. So you have Espada, Sweet Symphony, and Silent Cabale. Your primary clan will impact the choice of your unique starting trinket, your first unit, and the unit's equipment and trinkets you will encounter on your run. So we can level up each individual section. So Espada, we would start with Minos. Sweet Symphony, we get Ambrose. And then there's a few more we can unlock. Well, that was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed Hive Blight. Of course, it was kind of like this auto chess, auto battler setup, but I felt like I had a ton of control over what was going on, almost like an RTS to some degree. All the roguelite progression was really nifty, but I think one of the things I was excited the most about was just seeing all the bugs and figuring out what they actually were. But if you guys were interested in Hive Blight, there is a demo down below in the description. Give me a like, give me a comment down below if you want more Hive Blight whenever this game does come out. And if you have watched me this far and have not hit the sub button, please consider doing so, because if not, you're bugging out, bro. I appreciate it, guys. I will see all you guys on the next video. Take care.